The summer heat is starting to take hold in the Valley of the Sun, and the basketball is going to be red hot tonight inside Phoenix Suns Arena 2 as the Phoenix Mercury hosts the Dallas Wings. Hi, good evening, and welcome to a night of WNBA basketball. Along with the Hall of Famer Ann Myers-Drysdale, I'm Jeff Munn. This is the first of back-to-back games between the Mercury and Wings. The Dallas Wings just came off back-to-backs at Seattle. Both games were decided on buzzer beaters, and on Sunday night, Dallas got the win courtesy of Arike Ogunbowale.
I tell you, there have been so many exciting games in the WNBA in their 25th anniversary, and there's the big shot by Arike to get this win. And as you said, the night before, Jewel Lloyd had knocked one down, and there's 0.7 seconds left there. But what a great shot by Arike Ogunbowale, because she was the leading scorer last year in the WNBA and made first team. She's just such a clutch player.
As we learned in the NCAA title game against Mississippi State when she was at Notre Dame. Now, there's no replacing Diana Taurasi. She's still out with a fractured sternum. But Skylar Diggins-Smith has really taken up a lot of the scoring that Taurasi left behind when she went on the injured list.
Well, she's definitely stepped up, and certainly playing in the bubble last year, they had really a chemistry going. But then with Diana coming out, I think that in the first few games they were still trying to figure out what their positions were. Now with Diana Taurasi out, who you really missed, but Skylar Diggins-Smith has the ball in her hands. She's taking control. She's making the decisions. And she's getting herself to the free throw line, which is really big.
Interesting tonight, Dallas is the leading rebounding team in the WNBA, but they're also last in the number of fouls committed. They don't foul a lot. And I love the combination. If you're a coach, you love that combination. Aggressive on the boards, but you don't foul.
They average just under 40 rebounds a game, and they are tenacious. They are relentless. They don't have the great size, maybe like a Brittany Griner for the Phoenix Mercury, but they go after the basketball. They are not only on the offensive glass, where they get 10 at least, but also their second chance points. And they get out and run. And so they've just got a lot of guards that are relentless going after the basketball.
Phoenix is rested. They haven't played since Thursday. Their last game was an overtime win at home against Chicago, and this game is game 2 of a 4-game home stretch. Here are the starting lineups. We mentioned Ogunbowale. She'll start alone with Mariah Jefferson, Alicia Gray, Satu Sabally, and Charlie Collier. And the Phoenix lineup, led by Brittany Griner, along with Skylar Diggins-Smith, Kia Nurse, Brianna Turner, and Megan Walker.
And the last time these two teams met was May 29th, with the Mercury coming out with a 4-point victory, 89-85 in Dallas. So, you know, for the Mercury, they've got to continue to be consistent in running their offense. And again, this is a Dallas team. Just watch them go after the basketball.
Indeed. And Phoenix starts with possession. They're in the home white. And Griner's got it out top.
Well, they're also third in putting points on the board.
And Griner starts the scoring tonight.
Well, I think that is really important, Jeff, as far as establishing inside presence for Brittany Griner and the Phoenix Mercury.
She had 16 points in the win over Chicago last Thursday.
And Vicki Johnson, this is her 6th different starting lineup. Sabally and Gray were gone, playing 3-on-3 for the Olympic teams.
And a 3 around and off. And Phoenix with the rebound. Diggins-Smith gets it out to Walker. And the rebound controlled by Collier of Dallas. Dallas 3-9 at the moment, or 3-5, I beg your pardon. The Mercury 5-3. And this game also is part of the WNBA Commissioner's Cup. Special competition that will lead to a mid-season tournament. There's a foul. And that's against Mariah Jefferson.
Very fortunate that the last game for the Phoenix Mercury that Kathy Engelbert was in town and talking about the Cup. And just the 25th anniversary, and just so much that has been happening in the WNBA.
Here is Walker.
And ever since Diana Taurasi has been out, Megan Walker has stepped into that starting role.
Diggins-Smith misses the drive, and Dallas back on possession. And this is Satu Sabally out of the University of Oregon. It goes down low to Collier. And the drive and the reverse layup is no good. And a pass down court and a foul.
Well, both Gray and Diggins Smith left-handed, so Gray missing that reverse layup, which is an easier shot than you think because she went in with the left hand, and then Jefferson making contact with Skylar, just knocking her down.
And she's got 2 quick fouls.
And this is a strong Wings bench because a lot of these players that are coming off the bench for Dallas, they do have an opportunity to start.
Tyesha Harris comes in for Jefferson. Nice pass. And the layup by Turner.
That's just a great slip screen by Turner, and nice pass by Skylar Diggins Smith. Obviously, I think, too, with a couple of days layoff for the Mercury, they've been able to have a chance to work on their sets.
Harris with the 3, and Dallas is on the board.
Ogunbowale, the last 6 out of 7 games, she's scored over 21 points.
Walker goes to Turner. Diggins Smith. And back come the Wings, and Sabally leading the up-tempo break. A 3 does not go. Another try. And Griner the rebound for Phoenix. Mercury are 5-3, coming off that overtime win over the Sky last Thursday night. Griner double-teamed. And a 3 in the corner doesn't go. But Phoenix keeps it, and Diggins Smith will try from the right corner.
Well, Dallas doing a great job doubling down on Brittany Griner, but give credit to the Mercury as far as the rotation. But then off to the races, this Wings team go, and Ogunbowale with a nice little reverse layup there.
And Sabally with 3 rebounds early, and we've only played 3.5 minutes.
Well, Sabally in 2020 was the number 2 pick for Dallas out of Oregon.
Griner moves on Collier and scores.
Yeah, Collier, the rookie, the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft, and Brittany Griner taking advantage of her experience. But again, the Wings coming down scoring very quickly.
This is a team that averages, and speaking about Dallas, 87 points a game. And so they like to move it. Obviously, with the rebounding, they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities as well, as there's a foul as Diggins Smith was driving to the hoop.
Now, Smith got to the line the last time they played the Wings 12 times. She was 11 of 12. Did not shoot the ball from the floor very well, just 36%. But getting to the free throw line was huge because it put Dallas in foul trouble, slowed things down, and she only missed the 1.
Foul was on Collier. That's her first. And Diggins Smith, 81% free throw shooter.
Collier's minutes the last few games have really diminished. You know, Vicki Johnson is the coach of the Dallas Wings, who was an original player with the New York Liberty and took the very first shot for them against the LA Sparks.
Mercury and Liberty met the first round of the very first playoffs in this league, as a shot is blocked by Brittany Griner. And down court it goes to Turner, who doesn't get it. Marina Mabry, who came in at the last dead ball, misses the 3.
Yeah, Mabry shoots almost 47% from three-point range. She's another one that has had 6 of the last 7 games with 20-plus points.
Griner's double-teamed again, and she's fouled.
Well, and that's a good call. They've got to give her room to come down.
That's on Sabally, and that is her first.
And said that she had missed some games as she was trying out for the 3-on-3 competition for her team to qualify for the Olympics. She was playing for Germany, which they did not qualify. The USA did. But she will play for the 5-on-5 team for Germany.
Isabel Harrison, Bella Allery come in for Dallas, and Sophie Cunningham for Phoenix. And Kia Vaughn, who came in at the last dead ball, knocks down that jumper to put the Mercury back in front. Mabry Off a pass from Harrison.
Now, Mabry and Ogunbowale were on that championship team at Notre Dame together.
The pace, up-tempo at the start of the evening, and the game is even midway through the first quarter. Tied at 10 midway through the first quarter. To this point, the Mercury +1 in rebounding with 7 boards to Dallas's 6.
Well, what Dallas wants to do, too, against their opponent, they want to get more shots up. And obviously, the more shots they get up, the more opportunities to score.
Of the 8 points for the Mercury, 6 come in the paint, the other 2 on free throws. Tyisha Harris with a 3 to put Dallas back in front.
Yeah, Harris just in her second year, but playing at South Carolina for Dawn Staley, Olympic coach.
And Nurse misses the 3. Back comes Dallas. A couple of players on this Dallas roster played at South Carolina. Is the layup no good? Of course, Dawn Staley's got big assignment this summer, coaching the U.S. team in Tokyo.
It'll be interesting to see not only when they pick that team, but who is going to be on that team.
Indeed, it'll be interesting. There's a steal by Harris. Doesn't get the shot, but the rebound to Harrison. And the putback goes. There's the second chance points we were talking about.
Yeah, Harrison she just goes after the basketball. She's just got that bounce. She never gives up on a play.
Skylar Diggins-Smith to Nurse. Here is Griner, and she's going to go to the free throw line.
Now that was a great opportunity for Phoenix because it was a one-on-one situation with Griner down low. She got deep into the paint. And Allaire with that foul, with her size going one-on-one, Vicki Johnson just letting her go 6'4".
Griner at 76% from the free throw line. A little bit of a dip from where she was at going into Thursday's night's game with Chicago, but still, when you're a big and you shoot over 70% at the line, that's a bonus for any team.
Sorry, I don't care what position you play.
Well, that's true. I understand.
You know, I mean, the bigs should be able to hit just as much as the smalls.
Yeah, you're right.
There are a lot of good free throw shooters that were tall players. Lisa Leslie, Lauren Jackson.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Griner made 1 of 2. And a fadeaway in the lane, and I think they're going to call Harrison for a travel.
Yeah, Harrison was drafted by Phoenix back in 2015 and sat out that first year, one of the last players to play for Pat Summitt at Tennessee. And she had a knee injury and sat out.
She had 14 points and 8 boards Sunday night in the win at Seattle. Sophie Cunningham for 3. And Dallas will get it back.
Yeah, that's going to be huge for Sophie Cunningham to get started, you know, knocking down some shots. She comes in and just brings such great energy for the Mercury. But you want to see her get some scoring off the bench.
Mabry guarded by Cunningham. Gives it over to Allery. Harris. Back down low to Allery. And it'll be Harris for a 3 that doesn't go. And Allery, an offensive board and another second chance scoring opportunity cashed in for Dallas.
Now, Allery from Princeton, playing in the Ivy League, was 3-time Player of the Year. Knows how to score.
And Dallas out to a 6-point lead. And as Shea Petty started to drive.
No, the Wings are doing it. Sorry, Jeff. The Wings are doing a nice job defensively as far as pushing the Mercury outside of their comfort zone a little bit, but good penetration that time by Walker, or it's Shea Petty.
Foul was on Harris. Petty out of Temple.
Yeah, Shea Petty's been a nice pickup. Last year in the bubble, she got released by Washington. and one of the oldest rookies in the league last year.
Diggins Smith comes back in for Phoenix. And the second try for Shea Petty. Well, the Mercury back within 4 as we come near 2 minutes to go in this first quarter at Phoenix Suns Arena. And a shot up and in by Tyisha Harris.
Yeah, Harris does a nice job just resetting down low.
Petty goes into the corner. And Walker on the drive, tries to keep it active, and finally gets it to Diggins Smith. And a jumper doesn't go from the right corner. And Mabry comes out of there with it for Dallas. And she'll try the 3 at the top. As you said, she's a very solid three-point shooter.
She doesn't hesitate. All-time leading scorer with 3-point shots at Notre Dame.
Diggins Smith on the drive. And the rebound to Kayla Thornton out of UTEP.
Well, there was a lot of contact, and also getting up slow is Harris.
Mabry, there's a whistle.
Timeout, Dallas.
And Dallas is going to take a timeout. And we'll keep it here with just under a minute to go in this first quarter. A lot of contact. The interesting thing, we talked about the fact that Dallas doesn't foul a lot. They already have 6 fouls in this first quarter. The Mercury has yet to commit a foul.
Well, the one thing with the Wings, they are the aggressors. They're 8 of 19 from the floor, 42%. They've hit down 3 threes, where the Mercury have not taken a 3 whatsoever. And they're shooting under 27%. So they've only got 4 field goals. And right now, they need to do a better job on their offense. They just do not look very crisp.
There's a great connection between star athletes here in the Phoenix area, and the newest member of the Arizona Cardinals, one of the newest ones, J.J. Watt, is very aware who plays here at Phoenix Suns Arena.
Last night at the Suns game, I met Diana Taurasi, and that to me was really cool. I mean, she's an unbelievable player with an unbelievable history, and so for me to meet her was special.
That's the thing. I always love hearing athletes talk about athletes in other sports and how much they admire their game. And it's great to hear somebody like J.J. Watt talk about Diana Taurasi.
Well, certainly the difference is today, too, not only the exposure that the WNBA has had and also women's soccer, but the men are following the women. And especially, I think, last year with all the social media that was happening in sports, especially in the WNBA and the NBA, really put a lot of the women in the forefront. And again, with both sports, mostly those sports. But to have the men support the women is huge, because the women have always supported the men. And I think talking about it, I still would like to see the media do a better job.
Yes.
And talking about the games and the players and the teams, and so, because there's some great stories.
Alicia Gray back out there for Dallas.
Well, Ogunbowale is the only starter that has scored for the Wings. The
Great
bench
shot.
has come in.
Well, they call her for a travel. Either way, it's a turnover.
The bench for the Wings have 11 points.
In the win over Chicago last Thursday, the Mercury bench did not contribute anything on the stat sheet. They had minutes, but no points. And Sandy Brondello obviously wants that to change tonight. Mabry, and the pass goes out of bounds, and Phoenix will get it back.
Diggins Smith really trying to create things. She's getting inside, looking for a foul to get herself to the free throw line. But right now, the defense for the Wings is really solid down low. 0 for 7 from three-point range for the Mercury.
You see the clock, game clock, and possession clock, and there's about a second difference in this first quarter. So Phoenix will drain some time. Vaughn goes out to set a screen. Diggins Smith will drive, kick it back out, and Petty shot, and the shot clock expired. She didn't get it off in time.
Well, and that's a tough play, and you want, hopefully, the first pass to be able to get the shot off, but the Wings closed out defensively very quickly on Schuyler, and Schuyler had to kick it back out.
Mabry tries one from midcourt and doesn't get it, and the Dallas Wings have a 6-point lead after 1 period of play here at Phoenix Suns Arena. Lively first quarter. We'll see what quarter number 2 brings us in just a moment. Jeff Munn and Myers Drysdale at Phoenix Suns Arena. We go to quarter number 2 with Dallas leading by 6. And a drive by Gray. And a rebound to Allery, out to Mabry. Again, there's that Dallas rebounding leading to second chance opportunities, although we get a whistle and a foul on the floor.
Fouls number 21, Brown and Turner, her first team.
We mentioned second chance points, and you can't overstate how important that is to a team. And we've seen it already here tonight.
No, and they average over 10 offensive rebounds. And I've used the word relentless. I'll probably use it the rest of this game. And the fact that the Mercury only had 13 points in that first quarter were against Chicago in that overtime win the other night. In the third quarter, they had 9 points. And so this is a Mercury team that takes them a while to get going. They can come back, but the Wings just getting a bigger lead as the game goes on.
Isabel Harrison with that jumper, and Dallas stretches their lead to 8. And a shot blocked as Nurse tried to get one underneath.
Yeah, Kia Nurse very quiet, 0 for 3 right now.
Gray on the drive. Griner tips it away, grabs it, gets it ahead to Skylar Diggins-Smith, who hits the floater.
Yeah, she's so good at that floating shot and avoiding the charge. And that was a big breakout basket for the Mercury to get in a fast break situation.
Gray goes to Mabry. Shoots over Nurse and gets the roll.
Now, Mabry, the thing that makes her so effective, one is her attitude. I mean, she plays with a chip on her shoulder, really a tough defensive player, rebounder, but she can give you 3-4 positions if they need it from her.
Griner kicks it out to Nurse, hits the 3. Perfect play. Griner saw the double team coming, got it outside.
Well, and certainly that's one of the things that Sandy Brondello has talked about, this team gathering around Brittany Griner, going inside when teams double and triple team her, that her teammates have to knock those 3-point shots down.
The minute.
Very surprising, she went back to her right hand.
Here's a 3 from Mabry.
This game has got 4 Notre Dame players out there. Skylar Diggins-Smith, Turner for the Mercury, and then Mabry and
Griner scores.
And Ogunbowale.
There's a heavy college connection with both these rosters, but especially with Dallas. We talked about the players from South Carolina. You mentioned all the players out there tonight from Notre Dame.
Yeah, Harrison Gray for South Carolina.
And the Mercury have cut that lead down to 3.
Well, if they can get some defensive stops and then come down and score themselves.
Layup doesn't go, and Gray the rebound.
Yeah, continuing to struggle. 7 of 23 from the floor for the Mercury.
Gray with the 3.
What a big-time shot for Alicia Gray. She was on that 3-on-3 team with Kelsey Plum and Dolson from Chicago, Samuelson from Seattle.
Shot in the lane by Walker doesn't go. I watched a little of the highlights of that 3-on-3 competition. It's a really interesting way to play the game. And Sandy Brondello is going to take a timeout here as Dallas has stretched their lead out to 8. So Dallas is doing what they want. They're getting out and running, and they're converting, and they're getting second chance points, and they have an 8-point lead. An 8-point Dallas lead as Sandy Brondello called a timeout kind of settle her team down a little bit. But as we said before the break, Annie, Dallas is playing the way they want to. They're getting out and running. They're getting those second chance opportunities. The transition game is really working for them so far.
Yeah, and they're playing good defense.
There's a three by Megan Walker with an assist from Brittany Griner. Ogunbowale. The solid left corner. Drives around Cunningham.
Yeah, Sabali is really tough to handle, and at 6'4", she's capable of playing inside, outside, a really good three-point shooter, but able to put the ball on the floor.
Cunningham in the lane. And she's fouled.
Now that's a huge shot for Sophie Cunningham to get that ball to get knocked down and get to the free throw line. That's only the 6th point off the bench for the Mercury. They've got 17 points off the bench for the Wings, along with 8 assists.
Well, as we said, Sandy Brondello making a priority about getting the bench more involved in terms of the scoring tonight. And a shot by Ogunbowale is blocked out of bounds.
Diggins Smith got beat and did the swipe on Ogunbowale as Enrique went right by her, and Megan Walker with the weak side help off the block.
That's just a clean, get that out of here. Collier back in for Dallas.
Now this is the Dallas team. They can create so much because they're able to put the ball on the floor.
And a foul, I believe that'll go against Brianna Turner. That is her second, and Sabali will go to the free throw line.
Well, and that win the other night against Seattle, that 1-point win, 68-67, they had lost 4 in a row and had lost that Seattle game before they won.
Well, you talked about in our open about the toughness of this Dallas team. And it says something about their mental toughness to have a losing streak like that. They lost on a buzzer beater Friday night in overtime in Seattle. To be able to come back and win a game the way they did Sunday night tells you a little something about their mental toughness. Oh,
for sure. And the first game against Seattle, they lost by 3. They lost to Phoenix by 4. They lost to Atlanta by 6 and New York by 7. So, their losses have all been close games.
We were joking at the start. It seems like every game in the league this year is a close game. Griner on the drive, and she's fouled.
Well, nice job by the Mercury getting the ball at that 15-foot high post position, and the Wings just kind of backed off a little bit. And remember, her first dunk this year, she's got 2, but her first dunk this year was against the Dallas Wings.
Collier picks up her second personal. Mabry comes back in for Kayla Thornton. And Griner's already in double figures, 10 points to go with 5 rebounds. And the Mercury back within 4.
Well, and the big game she had against Dallas was 27 points, 16 rebounds.
There's another offensive board by Allery. Out it goes to Ogunbowale.
Well, they don't care where they shoot it from, honestly, because they know they've got players down below, and it makes it very difficult for the opponent to get a defensive rebound and push the ball up the court on a fast break.
Exactly. And Mabry hits the 3.
Mabry coming into this game had shot 26 of 56, and she is now 1 of 5 from three-point range.
Whistle away from the ball. Allery and Griner doing a little pushing inside, and Allery will get the foul. That's her second.
Returning for the Mercury, number 0, Kia Nurse.
Kia Nurse coming back in for Phoenix for Megan Walker. Griner will try the 3. And Diggins Smith gets the offensive board. And Griner traveled with it.
Well, and that's tough for Griner. I mean, she is in a situation where you can't afford to travel that way. I mean, you've got a young player on you. You know what your footwork is. And I know that that's one of the things that she's worked on, especially when she was over in Russia this past season. Yeah, good defense by Cunningham.
Yeah, because Harris got halfway in the air and realized she couldn't get the shot off and didn't really have any place to go with it.
So the majority of the offense for the Wings, it's basically been a one-on-one situation. They've gotten those
rebound to Mabry. Ogunbowale with the shot in the lane.
Yeah, great little step back by Ogunbowale once she gets in the lane.
Griner sets a screen for Diggins Smith. Cunningham back out to Schuyler, and the three is good.
Well, that was a big-time shot. The Mercury last couple possessions really struggled putting the ball in the basket.
Allery comes out to set a screen for Mabry.
Yeah, Mabry trying to go underneath and scoop that in. It wasn't working with Brittney Griner.
Timeout with Dallas leading by 6. Let's take a look at the WNBA upcoming national TV schedule. Tomorrow night on CBS Sports Network, Indiana at Chicago. That's at 8 Eastern. Las Vegas will be at Washington Thursday at 7 Eastern, and Seattle at Atlanta on Friday at 8 Eastern. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app.
What a good baseline drive by Mabry, an easy basket.
And an 8-point Dallas lead with 2 minutes to go to halftime here in Phoenix. Griner double teamed, gets it to Walker. And the rebound out of bounds, and it goes to Dallas.
The Mercury continuing to struggle from the three-point shot. They are 3 of 13, which the Wings forcing that double-triple team down low on Griner. Griner having to pass out because nobody's cutting to the basket. They're all just setting up for that three-point shot, but they're not being successful at it.
Early on, the Mercury had a slight edge in rebounding. Now they are -7. And a three by Harris doesn't go. Nurse goes inside to Griner. Blocked. Halfway expected a whistle on that. Goes inside. Kicks it back into the corner to Walker, who scores from about 15.
Well, the Mercury really needed that shot. And a big block by Allery earlier.
And Harrison gets the hoop and the foul. And they're going to call it on Brianna Turner.
Returning for the Wings, number 15, Alicia Gray. And for the Mercury, number 4, Scott.
There's a good penetration by Walker. And Turner does a nice job off the pick. A wide open shot. And maybe the Mercury need to look a little bit more for the two-point shot. Just kind of get themselves going a little bit.
Foul, by the way, was on Turner. It's her third.
Well, she's the one player, too, that can kind of athletically stay with some of the Wings players. Harrison, the time that they played against the Mercury, she was 0 for 5, and that's not happening. But Brittney Griner coming out of that pick very gingerly. And I know in the past, she's had a sore toe or foot, and she's had ankle problems in the past, but she came out hopping out of there. There's the Mabry, who's just so physical, and whether Griner got stepped on or the knee or did not feel good.
No, you could just tell from her reaction that hurt.
See, I like the pump fake that Nurse had, but then she went away from the basket instead of going towards the basket.
Nurse with time running down, hits the shot in the lane.
Yeah, she made a tough shot.
Ogunbowale comes around the Harrison screen. And the three doesn't go, and Griner the rebound. She's got 7 in this first half to go with 10 points. Turner tried to get it to Griner.
Nice pass.
Petty. Griner's tip doesn't go, and Mabry comes out of there with it for Dallas.
Yeah, good effort by Griner to try and get that ball in. But we talked about it in the past with some of the games that Breezy Turner's got to look for her shot. She's very unselfish, but she's got to be more offensive-minded to look for the shot.
That was a little too obvious of an offensive foul. Ogunbowale pushed off as she was releasing the shot.
She's not happy about the call and walking away. I don't know what was said, but Shea Petty, you're right, got pushed out of there.
Yeah, from our angle, the forearm was pretty obvious.
Well, a big break for the Mercury to get the last shot of this quarter.
Diggins Smith. Turner's three is short. Dallas a 7-point lead at the break. Stay with us at halftime as Mercury guard and Phoenix Suns pregame analyst Skylar Diggins Smith breaks down the pick and roll play of NBA All-Star Chris Paul and also how he manipulates weak side defense. We're at the half. Dallas Wings 42, Phoenix Mercury 35. It's Dallas by 7 at halftime here at Phoenix Suns Arena. And along with Ann Myers-Drysdale, I'm Jeff Munn. A very strong first half for Dallas from Arike Ogunbowale as she is scored in double figures. The only Wings player in double figures in the first half.
Yeah, Dallas really did a nice job establishing their offense, and that was being aggressive, getting rebounds. But Arike Ogunbowale comes out and just, she wants it. And certainly coming off a big win where she hit the winning shot against Seattle, and she is a go-to player. She led the league in scoring last year, so she can beat you in a lot of different ways. She is 2 of 4 from three-point range, but looks to get inside too, has not gotten to the free throw line, but she just makes so many things happen for her teammates. And then Brittany Griner, who when she got the ball early inside making a decision, she was able to get to the basket and score some easy points for the Mercury.
She's already closing in on another double-double with 10 points and 8 rebounds in the first half off the 16 and 12 the other night against the Chicago Sky. But in looking at the stats, one of the things, you see the +4 in rebounding for Dallas. That's led to a 13-2 advantage in second chance points.
But we talked about it coming into this game and where Dallas is so good. They are the #1 team in rebounding. They are tops as far as second chance points and offensive rebounding. And certainly you see the assists. They're getting 13 assists off their 17 field goals. And right now for the Mercury, I think that they've got to be a little bit more competitive in the sense of defensive, kind of shoring things up. But right now, Dallas has done a good job on their offense.
One thing, and we talked at the beginning of the telecast about Dallas does not foul a lot, but they committed 10 fouls in the first half. If that continues, the Mercury has to take advantage of that.
No, absolutely. And we've seen in the past some of the games, especially with Diana Taurasi out, that Skylar Diggins has been so wonderful getting to the free throw line. And I know she is trying to draw some fouls. She has gotten there tonight, but that's, you said, is a key for the Mercury is to not only slow their opponent down by drawing fouls, but getting easy points at the free throw line.
And as we open the second half, Phoenix with a rebound.
And let's see how the Mercury do in this second half as far as executing their offense. They look like they struggled a little bit in that first quarter, especially a big block right there by Alicia Gray.
Now let's talk about, Annie, the second half adjustments you'd like to see from both teams.
For the Mercury, I'd like to see them attack more. And they've got to be aggressive and go to the basket and draw those fouls. And then for Dallas, just keep rebounding. I think that has really helped them on the offensive end and getting second and third opportunities.
Yeah, you said attack the basket and draw some fouls, and that's what Griner did right there.
Coming into this game, we talked about Brittney Griner taking advantage of her height, and she brings the ball down, and as soon as she brings it down, boy, the arms are right all over her, and just showing her strength, putting that ball back into the basket.
Yeah, that's tough to do because a lot of coaches will tell you not to bring those arms down, but she's a very strong player and can draw contact that way.
Well, and her arms are so long, and so it's easy for us to say, don't bring the ball down, but, you know, her arms just kind of naturally go that way.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. There's a rebound for Turner. And Skylar Diggins-Smith, a relatively quiet 7-point first half. Nurse for three. And Griner the board and the putback.
Now, Griner did not give up on it. Obviously coming out of halftime that Sandy Brondello has talked about the Mercury being more aggressive on the boards, especially the offensive end.
Gray with a three. She's 2 for 3 from outside the yard.
2017, coming off a championship year at South Carolina, was Rookie of the Year.
Diggins-Smith. And the rebound to Satu Sabali. Got the start tonight. She's got 5 boards. Ogunbowale tried to distribute the ball, and Griner tipped it away, picks up the steal.
That's just a 6th turnover for Dallas.
Griner. Well, you can see the Phoenix emphasis, at least the first 2 minutes of this third quarter, is get the ball inside.
She's making quick decisions, too, the quick moves. It starts out as a one-on-one, and then when the double tries to come, Griner has already made her move.
17-9 to this point for Brittney Griner. Jefferson with a shot off the glass.
Yeah, what a pretty move that is by Jefferson, just letting the defense fly right by.
Jefferson did not play much in the first half. She's got 2 points. That was her first hoop of the night, obviously. Nurse. Layup is short, but the rebound kept alive by Turner. And Diggins-Smith all the way to the hoop.
Now, right now, the Mercury being on the offensive end, being aggressive.
The Dallas lead is 3. Jefferson to Ogunbowale, and the 3 doesn't go, and Griner gets her 10th rebound, so she's got another double-double.
Well, the Mercury have tightened up their defense also in this third quarter, forcing the Wings to take some outside shots.
Griner underneath to Turner.
And Griner again, that time, taking her time, knowing that the double team was coming. She took a couple dribbles into the lane, and we've seen Griner and Turner run that play where she gets double, triple team, Griner does, and leaves Turner open on the cut.
And Vicki Johnson, the head coach of the Wings, wants to talk things over. The lead for Dallas down to 1. Dallas back on possession. Their lead down to 1. Brittney Griner in this quarter has scored 7 points. She has 17 for the game. And Mabry goes into the corner to Gray for a 3.
3-point basket, Alicia Gray.
And that stops the Phoenix rally right there. For the moment, anyway.
Alicia Gray, just such a nice stroke, having lots of time in the corner to get the shot off.
Griner guarded by Allery, who's back in. Back down to Turner. Blocked by Allery.
Yeah, Allery has been very effective in the middle for the Wings.
Mabry to Allery. Lays it up and in. What a nice pass.
Yeah, just a solid pick. Defense got stuck, and Mabry again, just her decision making, her ability to handle the ball. Could have taken the shot, makes a nice pass off the roll.
Griner started her move, and I think they're going to get Allery for the foul. And that's her 3rd.
Returning to the Mercury, number 1, Kia Vaughn. And number 2,
here's that play with Allery.
Yeah, nice screen, and then just slides to the basket. Nice bounce pass.
Great vision by Mabry to see Allery coming down the left side. Diggins-Smith to Griner. And the rebound taken out of there by Dallas.
Well, the offense certainly is different in this third quarter for the Mercury. They're looking to establish Griner inside, and they're kicking the ball back outside and not taking the three. They're establishing her back inside, but she's got to make those shots.
Harrison, and Allery lost the ball out of bounds.
That's a break for the Mercury, and Kia Vaughn shaking her hand a little bit. Couldn't hold on to that, but it goes back to the Mercury.
Vicki Johnson used the timeout to change up the lineup, getting Allery, Harrison back out there. And they've stretched their lead back to 6. There's a shot by Vaughn that doesn't go.
Yeah, Walker jumped too early on that rebound, and Mercury ran a nice play, had the open look, but doesn't go down for them. And then Mabry misses that one.
And Griner, her 11th rebound. She came into the night averaging 9.5 rebounds a game, and a nice play right there.
Yeah, easy drive for Skylar right to the basket.
Skylar Diggins-Smith gets into double figures with 11.
Well, Griner's got 47 double-doubles, a franchise record for the Mercury, and 6 this season, which is the most of any team. Oh, good hands by Vaughn.
And the ball taken away by... And Walker for a 3 that gets them back within 1.
And those are the first fast break points off a three-pointer for the Mercury.
Mabry inside, or Harrison takes it inside off the pass from Tyesha Harris.
Yeah, Harrison is so good with either hand.
Harrison with 9 points and 6 boards. Griner aboard off the Diggins-Smith miss. Tried to dunk it.
Well, that would have gotten everybody going for the Mercury. Instead,
You're not kidding.
Yeah, instead the Wings have an opportunity to score, but the ball bounces in and out for Mabry. She's 1 of 7 from threes. But she's just so dangerous.
Yes, I was going to say, you still have to respect her ability to knock down the 3.
Well, somebody's got to move. You could see the defense. I think they're going to call 3 seconds. No.
I believe they're calling a foul. Nope.
Yeah, 3
Defensive
seconds.
3.
Yeah, because you could see that Griner was holding it, and the blue jerseys were just waiting.
Right.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? But Griner coming out of the game, and she kind of, even though she missed that dunk, she kind of looked at her finger a little bit. So hopefully she's okay. So close.
Diggins-Smith hits the free throw. Yeah, you could see the rim moving, so there was definitely contact.
I thought it was going to pop right back in again.
Returning for the Wings, number 6, Kayla Thornton.
Kayla Thornton will get back in for Bella Allery.
Yeah,
and the Mercury keep it.
Yeah, and Griner has 17 points, 13 rebounds. She's 7 of 12, and she's got to take at least 8 to 10 more shots in this game. Good ball movement.
Skylar Diggins-Smith with a 3 that puts Phoenix back in front.
She gets her second 3 of the game.
6th lead change of the night. Gray to Harrison.
Oh, good defense by Walker.
Oh, and they're going to send it the other way. And that's going to go against Harrison.
Yeah, good double team by the Mercury, getting that ball to get turned over by Petty with the cross pass, and then a quick pass to the corner. And certainly the Mercury moving the ball a lot better in this third quarter.
Skylar Diggins-Smith scored 21 points in the last matchup between these two teams in Dallas, May 29th. There's a whistle and a foul.
Well, you can see just much better movement in this third quarter for the Mercury, and cuts to the basket, wide open, good pass by Walker to Turner cutting to the basket, and I think Harrison got called for that foul.
She's picked up 2 quick fouls. Turner makes the first of 2. 75% free throw shooter on the year.
Yeah, Turner with 5 points. She's got 7 rebounds, one of the top rebounders in this league.
And Mabry the rebound off the miss on the second free throw. Nevertheless, Mercury with a 2-point lead and 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Ogunbowale. Bit of an off-balance shot. They're going to call a foul.
That's Notre Dame against Notre Dame.
Yeah. Skylar Diggins-Smith first personal. The Mercury just haven't committed a lot of fouls. Turner has 3, Diggins-Smith has 1. That's it.
Yeah, it's a tough call because Ogunbowale uses her hand to get free and then does a nice job. When she gets up in the air, she uses that off hand to force Skylar to hit her hand. Not her shooting hand, but her off hand. But once you make that contact, you're up in the air. You get hit. That's a foul.
Ogunbowale, among other things, very good at the line, 88% on the year coming in. And it ties things back up.
Yeah, the Wings 5 of 5 from the line, 9 of 12 for the Mercury.
One of Vicki Johnson's goals this year was to improve at the line. And what a nice pass.
And with Brittany Griner out of there, you're going to see more cuts to the basket off the weak side.
Dia Vaughn with the hoop to put Phoenix back in front by 2. Mabry blocked from behind by Turner. And they are going to call a foul. And did they assess a technical?
Well, Ogunbowale was not happy with that, but Turner coming up with that block. She leads the league in block shots. That's her 23rd block shot. Yeah, Mabry does a great job getting inside. There's the block by Turner. It's a loose ball. Mabry comes back up with it. A lot of hands going around. Petty, I believe, does get called for the foul, but I don't know what Enrique is upset about.
Yeah, they did call Petty for the foul. I thought there was a technical assess because of some after the whistle activity, but not the case. And Mabry will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Mentioned that Vicki Johnson, the head coach of the Wings, made this one of her season goals for this team to get better at the free throw line. Mabry makes 1 of 2 here. She came into the night shooting 92% from the line. And a 1-point Mercury lead as we come down toward 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Diggins-Smith had it blocked right back into her hands. And they'll call a foul on Alicia Gray.
Her first, 5th team foul. Penalty.
And Diggins-Smith to the line.
Skylar Diggins-Smith at the line, shooting 2.
She's got 8 points in this third quarter.
Well, you mentioned the first time they played against each other, she was 11 of 12 from the free throw line.
Coming off a 28-point game last Thursday in the overtime win against Chicago. And she's got 16 for the night now.
Now there's only 2 players for the Wings with double figures, Ogunbowale and Mabry with 12 and 10, but it's everybody else that's scoring too.
And Ogunbowale knocks down another jumper, and she's got 14 points. And this game is even again. Inside it goes, and Shea Petty converts.
Now you can see the defense just getting so focused on Diggins-Smith and Vaughn that left the weak side open.
Mabry with a quick jumper from the free throw line.
That's what's been so impressive about Dallas too, how quickly they come down and score, and there's a bad pass.
A rare turnover. The Mercury only have 5 turnovers. Dallas only has 7.
Yeah, that's the first turnover in the quarter for the Mercury.
Dungawale out near midcourt gets a screen from Harrison. Gray. And the clock
was
stopped.
called.
The clock stopped at 1.7, and I'm not sure.
Well, I think the refs are going to call it.
I believe the shot clock did expire.
Yeah, there was only about a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the regular clock, and so missing that shot, I'm sure the officials felt that there was not enough time.
So we're tied with 1 quarter left to play. Jeff Munn and Myers Drysdale, Phoenix Suns Arena. And we're dead even with 10 more minutes of basketball at least to play. And that third quarter for the Mercury, and you can just point right at the first few minutes of the third quarter, getting aggressive inside, going right to the hoop. Brittany Griner getting to the free throw line. And they've managed to hold their own in terms of the rebounding battle. They are -3. But the fact that they were able to get inside and get some second chance opportunities. Fouled.
Fouls number 3, Marina Mabry. Her first.
Boy, the Mercury got lucky on that.
You're
just not a smart play whatsoever, just coming right up to the half-court line and receiving it in the, the back court. It just almost, so a break for the Mercury, for the Dallas Wings to get called for the foul.
Well, Nurse almost committed an over and back.
Exactly.
She was kind of leaning. Diggins Smith. The rebound taken out of there by Harrison of Dallas.
Well, and you talked about the offense for the Mercury in that third quarter. They changed things up a little bit and spread things out. And Griner's right there to kick that ball out. And another outside shot by Thornton this time. Thornton's had a few starts this season. She's a tenacious player. Love her game.
Wings are 8 of 23 from three-point range.
But Thornton's another one that beats you in so many different ways, not only on the defensive end. She always defends one of the top offensive players against the opponent.
Griner with a turnaround shot.
Yeah, big shot for Griner.
19 and 13 on the night for Brittany Griner. Mabry. Doesn't get it. And the Mercury can go for the lead this time down the floor.
And the Mercury have done a better job in that third quarter and starting out the fourth quarter as far as boxing out on the defensive boards and not allowing the Wings to get those offensive rebounds and second opportunities.
Diggins Smith missing the three.
When the Mercury in that third quarter were getting inside, they were scoring consistently. They did not settle for the three-point shot.
Mabry.
Nice pass.
Oh, you're right. Nice pass. And the putback by Thornton.
Well, Vaughn was all by herself. The Mercury just kind of got frozen once that pass went inside to Harrison, even though she missed the shot.
Vaughn out to Diggins Smith to Nurse in the corner. And Griner.
Well, that was a play right there for the Mercury. Again, patience. They moved the ball, very good in the offense. They got an open look, and Griner's done a good job on the offensive glass this second half.
Mabry has the ball, the pass stolen, and she commits the foul. That's a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, Nurse just nails Mabry off that reach. And Mabry had a tough time getting that ball inside Enrique. But here's Griner with the big rebound, and you can see the Wings just kind of back off a little bit.
Griner has 21 points, 14 rebounds. Skylar Diggins-Smith, 16 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Mabry, a solid line for Dallas, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And again, the Mercury in a position to regain the lead. Griner over Harrison. Too hard off the glass. And Ogunbowale will take it out of there for Dallas. All the way to the hoop, and she draws the foul.
I mean, she just comes in and attacks. I mean, most of these Wings players are exactly on the offensive end. They're looking to push it up quickly and score.
In celebration of LGBTQ plus pride presented by Deloitte, the WNBA will collaborate with GLSEN and Fanatics on an exclusive line of Pride apparel, including Fanatics branded WNBA t-shirts. All WNBA proceeds will benefit GLSEN, and fans can purchase the shirts at WNBAstore.nba.com. And Ogunbowale puts Dallas back in front.
Putting a little pressure in the front court.
Puts him in front by 2. Making one of the 2 free throws. Diggins-Smith has it blocked by Sabally.
Boy, Sabally did a nice job coming over, but Diggins-Smith recognizing that Arike Ogunbowale was overplaying her and being left-handed, she just went right to the basket, but Sabally did a nice job coming over. She gets called for the foul.
Second foul on Sabally, and Diggins-Smith to the free throw line. Sabally was part of that trio of players at Oregon with Sabrina Ionescu and Ruthie Hebard. That did so many great things up in Eugene for head coach Kelly Graves. Diggins-Smith makes one of the 2, and it's a 1-point game again. A 3 is good.
Oh, that's like the shot she had against Seattle the other night.
Yeah, Ogunbowale with the 3.
Boy, she cocked and loaded that one.
A high lob tipped away, and Sabally steals it for Dallas.
Now you make a shot like that, and your defense just kind of tightens up a little bit too.
Ogunbowale. Tough shot in the lane. Put back, no, and the rebound to Griner. That's rebound number 15. Griner backs down Harrison. She's got 23. The Mercury back within 2.
And the Mercury have to keep feeding the monster. I mean, that's your hot hand.
10 of 15 from the field. Sabally.
Just great footwork right there by Sabally. You know, last year she only played 16 games. She dealt with concussion and she's had some knee problems.
Griner double teams, so she goes to Walker. And a good block out there on the rebound.
And that's the hard part Sandy Brondello has talked about for the Mercury, that when they shoot the ball, that they've got to get back on defense, because the majority of teams are good defensive rebounding teams, and you've got to get back for transition.
Quick turnaround there for Thornton.
Yeah, right now the Wings kind of controlling the offense.
And Sandy Brondello wants a timeout as Dallas has stretched their lead back to 6. So 4 minutes and change to go, and Dallas with a 6-point lead. Jeff Munn and Myers Drysdale at Phoenix Suns Arena. A 6-point Dallas lead, 4 minutes, 21 seconds to go.
Remember, these two teams are going to play against each other on Friday night.
Right here, which makes her really a unique road trip for Dallas. They had the back-to-back with Seattle and a back-to-back here.
And they'll have 4 more back-to-backs this season.
Turner has it tipped away in the lane, and a scramble for the ball, and it is finally controlled by Harrison. Tough break for the Mercury. Sabally to Ogunbowale for a 3 that is short. The putback doesn't go. Sabally gets her own rebound and a foul.
Fouls number 4, Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Now Sabally does a nice job for the Wings, just flying in there on the offensive glass. And she's such a great athlete. I said she had knee problems. She had a back problem last year, but does a great job going after the basketball. And they're going to call the foul. But again, the offensive glass, that's been the story of the game for the Wings.
Skylar Diggins-Smith picked up the personal. It's her second. And as we said, there really isn't anybody outside of Turner with 3 and Collier with 3 in any foul trouble. Allery has 3. Turner the rebound. Diggins-Smith wanted to get to Griner, and she just couldn't get open. Into the corner. And the 3 doesn't go from there.
And that's tough for the Mercury. They were so successful coming out, getting Griner involved, and now they're hesitating. And so give the Wings credit as far as making it difficult for the perimeter to pass the ball in.
Sabally on the drive, and she draws the foul. So we'll go to the free throw line when we come back. Dallas leads it by 6 late. Let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Tomorrow night on CBS Sports Network, Indiana at Chicago at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday night, Las Vegas, which has been on the road seemingly forever, will be at Washington at 7 Eastern. And then Friday night, Seattle at Atlanta at 8 p.m. Eastern. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. And the Dallas lead is back to 8 off the 2 made free throws by Satou Sabally. And the Mercury running out of time to get rid of this deficit.
Now it's all about angles, and the Wings just doing a nice job as far as moving their feet defensively, covering all their spaces, and they get called for a foul there because of the penetration by the Wings. And Kia Nurse really struggling in this game. 2 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 7 from three-point range. Coming into this game, she was shooting over 40% from three-point range.
Aisha Harris picked up the foul. That was the 4th team foul against Dallas. Mercury have 3 team fouls. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining.
Now this is a Wings team. They've got 10 players scoring out of the 12 that have played.
Their bench has been very active. Mabry off the bench with 12. Harrison off the bench with 9 boards. Sabally goes to Ogunbowale, and what a nice fadeaway there.
Yeah, just a little step back move and a little Dancing with the Stars move.
Yeah.
Which she did when she graduated from Notre Dame. Tough pass and another turnover for the Mercury. They're 8th.
The Dallas defensive approach on Griner really changed after they called that early timeout in the 3rd quarter. And a foul away from the ball.
Well, and again, their defense has been very active. You're right. They changed their defense on Griner, so they've made it very difficult not only for her to get the ball because they're crowding in on her, but that's where the perimeter players have to do a better job in getting a pass in. And if it's crowded, somebody's open if you've got 2 or 3 players on you.
That foul on Brianna Turner, that's her 4th.
Timeout on the floor.
And we've got a timeout. Dallas has the ball, an 8-point lead, and 1:45 left. Dallas in the driver's seat at the moment with an 8-point lead and 1:45 to go. And they will inbound it off the foul to Turner.
Now Dallas has done a nice job just controlling the basketball, but they're looking for the shot. They're looking for quick shots. And Sabally knocking down a 3.
That hurts, and the Mercury take an immediate timeout. From the Mercury perspective, that Sabally 3 is...
A 20-second timeout called by the Mercury.
Well, 10 of 36 for the Wings from three-point range, shooting over 38%. They're 5th in the league in three-point shooting. And 5 of 24, just 21% for the Mercury. They've really struggled. Diggins Smith, 2 of 7. Nurse, 1 of 7. And but Satou Sabally open at the top of the key. Plenty of time, knocks it down.
She's really an all-around offensive threat. Seeing her in college at Oregon, she could do so many different things. She could drive and penetrate, kick out, obviously shoot from outside. Good rebounder. Let's take a look at the Commissioner's Cup standings. You can see that Seattle and Las Vegas have kind of pulled away at the moment in the West. The Mercury kind of hanging in there. Now, a loss tonight sets them back a bit. And again, August 12th, that Commissioner's Cup game will be right here in Phoenix, at Phoenix Suns Arena. Griner. Boy, did her team need that.
Yeah, she was wide open, a one-on-one situation, and Dallas just backing off and saying, okay, we got plenty of time to control the ball, but they're going to call an offensive foul on Mabry and see how quickly the Mercury can continue to keep the momentum going.
Mabry has had a couple of fouls tonight that...
Well, I love the hard fouls.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she plays tough. You know you're getting fouled by her.
Yeah.
You know,
there's no question
about that. You love to be
that.
playing with a player like that. You don't like to play against a player like that, but you want her on your team.
And it goes to Griner, who shoots over Sabally and draws the foul.
Now Griner with a little spin move and forcing the foul. As we said, a one-on-one situation.
5th team foul. Penalty.
So Griner to the line.
Shooting 2.
25 points, 15 rebounds, 3 for 4 at the line so far this evening. On Sabally, by the way, that was her 3rd personal.
Now Griner's season high is twice 27 points. Trying to get it right now.
And she does. She had 27 against Dallas in their first meeting in Texas on May 29th.
Now for the Mercury, they've got to come up with some defensive stops. And Dallas just taking time off the clock. They've got players that can go one-on-one.
Sabally. And the rebound taken out by Diggins Smith. And she puts it in.
Boy, what a tough shot over Mabry.
It's a 5-point game, just under a minute left.
Arike Ogunbowale avoiding the defense. Mercury just kind of stabbing at the ball.
Floater in the lane doesn't go. Griner the rebound, and Diggins Smith breaks away and scores it, and it's a 3-point game.
What a huge basket by Diggins Smith. I don't think she realized that the defense was coming right on her to look for that blocked shot. But a great outlet pass by Griner.
A technical foul has been assessed to Ogunbowale. So now the Mercury can get it down to 2.
And We don't know when it happened. I think Ogunbowale was probably upset going to the basket, nothing being called. Well, this is what happened the other night against Chicago.
Yeah, Courtney Vandersloot got teed up.
Got teed up, and the Mercury able to knock down the free throw to tie it up to go to overtime, but really Skylar just getting that shot to go down, and you see the players looking down.
Dallas with possession. Off the layup by Diggins Smith. Then the technical free throw gets it down to a 2-point game.
Well, the Mercury do not have to foul.
Mabry directing traffic.
And Dallas taking it down as low as they can.
A screen from Sabally. Mabry got the hoop. Timeout Phoenix.
Well, Mabry just zigzagging through the defense, and Griner, I thought she was going to come over, but she kind of got frozen in the key.
So now a 4-point game, and let's take a look again at that drive by Mabry.
Yeah, there's the double team right there, and she goes the other way. Nurse got off track, and she gets right by Walker, and there's no help, but Mabry coming up with her 14th point, 6 rebounds, 5 assists.
So 11.1 seconds. There is time. Obviously, the Mercury's got to get a quick hoop. Let's take a look at the Dallas upcoming schedule. As we said, they'll be right back here on Friday night. Then they go up to Las Vegas on Sunday, and then back home for back-to-back games with Minnesota. 3 of those 4 games on WNBA League Pass.
And they'll have back-to-back games against Chicago after that, Washington, and Atlanta too.
And you see the Mercury schedule: Dallas, New York. That'll be Sunday afternoon, and then back-to-back games in Los Angeles against the Sparks.
And then 3 actually, because they come back home and play the Sparks.
That's right. Sabrina Ionescu will be here Sunday. Obviously, well known to local women's basketball fans.
Well, but Naja Laney's having a terrific year too for the Liberty. And Sammy Whitcomb.
Number of players out of the Pac-12 on that Liberty roster. So the Mercury, whatever they're going to do, they got to do it quick. And
wow.
There'll be a foul. It's going to go against Dallas.
Yeah, Mabry getting called for the block. But you see the drive by Walker, and it stops the clock.
And Dallas is over the team foul limit, so there will be free throws for Walker. 4th foul on Mabry.
Yeah, Walker 3 of 10 in this game with 8 points. But she has hit some clutch shots in some of the earlier games, but she drives baseline, and Mabry's just sliding but cannot get over there fast enough.
Both teams, by the way, with 1 timeout each. And a foul will come immediately on Diggins Smith. That's her 3rd. And Ogunbowale will go to the other end of the floor to shoot 2, as Phoenix is now over the team foul limit. But they had to do it. And they have to hope that she at least misses one of these 2 free throws.
Now, Enrique with her 7th out of 8 games with 20 points.
And the Mercury again will call a timeout to advance the ball, but making the 2 free throws makes the task a little tougher.
You get fouled on a 3-pointer, you make it, get your free throw. It's possible.
Mercury trailing by 4. And off a miss, the rebound to Thornton, and the Mercury come up 4 points short, and Dallas gets a second consecutive road win. A really gritty performance for Dallas as the Mercury made a run at it down the stretch, but they end up winning this one by 4, 85-81. And the two teams will take a couple of days to regroup. Here's the last shot.
Here at Phoenix Suns Arena. Tickets are on sale now at phoenixmercury.com/single-game.
They got the play, they ran it, and but then they come down and get the offensive glass and can't get that to go in. But, you know, give the Dallas Wings a lot of credit, especially in the fourth quarter. They made adjustments. I thought the Mercury did a great job in the third quarter.
Wings win it by 4. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this. 4-point win for the Dallas Wings tonight here at Phoenix Suns Arena over the Phoenix Mercury. Along with Ann Myers-Drysdale, I'm Jeff Munn. We talked about having to dig deep in talking about the Dallas Wings, and they had to dig deep Sunday night to get a win at Seattle. Tonight was a real test for them because the Mercury took a run at them, and Brittany Griner led the way during that rally.
She did, and I thought the Mercury did a nice job getting the ball inside. She was very aggressive in that third quarter, especially. She got herself to the free throw line, but, you know, she looked to take shots. And, you know, not just on the offensive end. Brittany Griner is a factor on the defensive end when she can change shots or force the opponents to pass the ball out.
I'll tell you that there is so many young players on the Dallas roster, but Arike Ogunbowale is really starting to establish herself as a real leader.
Well, she has, and I think that there's a lot of leaders on this team, but she came out just smoking in this game. I thought just aggressive right from the start, and she was attacking the basket. She had some great moves, step-back moves, and, you know, really if you look at the stats all the way around for the team, I mean, really where Dallas beat the Mercury were at the three-point line.
Right.
And they had 15 more points at the three-point shot. They made 5 more threes. And otherwise, everything was pretty even. But, you know, Dallas, I thought, was more aggressive, especially in the first half on the boards and getting second opportunities on the offensive glass.
Yeah, we talked about that. The second chance opportunities throughout the night. They end up a +5 in that category. And you see the rebounding, a +5 in that category as well. And look at the bench scoring, 41-10. They got balance. You talked about the fact that everybody who basically got in tonight for Dallas got onto the score sheet. Mabry off the bench with 14. So the Dallas Wings improved to 4-5. The Mercury dropped to 5-4, and they will meet up again on Friday night. And it will be interesting to see what kind of adjustments will be made. These two teams face each other again right here at Phoenix Suns Arena Friday night, June 11th on WNBA League Pass. Tip is set for 10 p.m. Eastern. For Ann Myers-Drysdale, Jeff Munn, Wings win at 85-81. Good night from Phoenix.